James Earl Cash, found guilty and sentenced to death, has been on death row for the past 3 years and was executed last night.
James Earl Cash was freed from death row and in return must participate in a snuff film directed by Lionel Starkweather.
Hey, tough guy, wake up. You're not dead. Well, not yet, anyway.
It would appear that Starkweather chose his candidate well, as Cash displays no outward emotion or regret while butchering his pursuers, and is no stranger to violence. Cash is shown to be very capable of making sure his enemies are dead, and his executions are nothing short of brutal. Cash remains rather emotionless and completely fearless throughout most of the storyline. However, he does display some sympathy for his kidnapped family members during one scene, and is furious when he sees them killed.
Where were your family when you were facing your final moments in the chamber anyway? You've left your old life, your old self behind. I'm all the family you need now.
Cash is an extraordinarily dangerous individual, capable of inflicting fatal injuries using the most simple objects, such as a plastic bag. Sometime before 1992, Cash was wanted by the San Andreas Police Department, which is likely what caused him to abandon his family. It's indicated that he was part of an organized crime ring, assumed to be either an enforcer or a hitman, due to the fact that only murder would give him the death penalty. Indeed, Cash was already a proficient and highly experienced killer before the events of the game. During his career as a criminal, Cash has been evading the law for a decade, until the year 2000, when he was finally caught in Carcer City and locked away at the Darkwoods Penitentiary. It is here where Cash is sentenced to death, with his execution being 3 years later. The day of his execution, Cash is given a lethal injection, and everyone believes him to be dead. However, he wakes up inside the closed-down coffee and donut store in Carcer Mark, to find he was only sedated due to the work of Lionel Starkweather, who had bribed the prison officials.
Hey, tough guy, wake up. You're not dead. Well, not yet, anyway. You're getting a second chance. Another throw of the dice. As far as the world is concerned, you died back in the chamber. Justice was served. James Earl Cash is rotting in hell. Hey, get a grip and calm down. You're probably suffering from shock, and I'm here to help. Pick up the ears. Put it on. Go on.
That's better. Now only you can hear me. And that's the way you're gonna want it, because I'm your only way out of here. Hey, easy. Look, you've had an unexpected reprieve. Do exactly as I say, and I promise this will be over before the night is out.
Cash is then forced to participate in one of the director's snuff films in exchange for his freedom. Cash has no trouble in killing a gang called the Hoods as he plows through their turf, brutally killing them off until he is led to believe that he has finished his work. However, he is then ambushed by the Cerberus, who are on Starkweather's payroll, and transported to another location.
Get ready, boys. He's coming.
He is then dropped off by Cerberus at Denton's Junkyard, where he must kill a gang of white supremacists called the Skins.
Okay, so I lied. We haven't quite wrapped this gig up. But hey, you're having fun, right? There's a double gate that leads on through to our next location. Find it.
Cash kills them all as he makes his way through the location, using a crane to clear the path ahead, and reaches the exit. He is once again subdued and picked up by Cerberus, before being driven off to the next location. Next, Cash faces off against a gang of war veterans known as the War Dogs at the Carcer City Zoo until he learns they have his family hostage. He manages to save at least one member, depending on the player, and kills all the remaining War Dogs.
Hold up, Cash. You and your family weren't exactly close, am I right? It's just that I thought it would be nice to have a surprise reunion. But these war dogs didn't see it my way, and they've taken matters into their own hands. They're using them as bait, Cash. Bait! I know! I can hardly believe it myself. Each time they spot you, these war dogs are going to execute one of your beloved family.
Now Cash arrives at the mall. The director has arranged a special screening for him. He must find a tape and a video camera in the Carcer City Mall while fighting off a gang called the Innocents.
So, how are we doing, Cash? Enjoying it so far? I thought you could do with a little R&R, so I've arranged a special screening. Just for you. It's work in progress, but I think you'll appreciate it. I've hidden the tape and a video camera in the mall. Find them.
Once all of the gang members are dead, Cash watches the tape, which turns out to be footage of his remaining family members being murdered by an innocent with a machete.
Where were your family when you were facing your final moments in the chamber anyway? You've left your old life, your old self behind. I'm all the family you need now. You look lonely, so I got you some company.
Cash then found himself on the mean streets of East Los Albos and was teamed up with the drunken hobo.
Well, what do you think of your new friend? You look good together, Cash. Really, you do. I'll only open any gates if he's with you, alive and well. Now, get going. Entertain me.
Starkweather instructs him to escort the tramp to a cemetery, while slaughtering more innocents along the way. He is then forced to clear out the remaining innocents at the Carcer Chem factory, and after succeeding, tries to make a run for it, but is caught once again by Cerberus.
What the fuck?
Get to bed. Now. Move. You heard the man.
Cash is then dragged back into the Dark Woods Penitentiary to face his former fellow inmates, who have taken over the asylum and called themselves the Smileys.
Right here. Drop him.
Cash makes his way through the asylum, killing all of them, until coming across the White Rabbit, who he is instructed to follow.
You're my big, ugly Alice, so go on. Follow the White Rabbit.
The rabbit leads Cash into many traps where he's attacked by the Smileys, until he enters a room full of them, all heavily armed.
You made it! Oh dear, you see, you didn't make it after all!
What can I say? You are a good leading man. The audience will love you. Don't expect any royalty checks where you're going.
This is the point where Starkweather plans to have him killed. However, through sheer skill or bloodlust, Cash manages to stay alive and slaughters the remaining Smileys. Some of the Cerberus even assigned to finish him off if the Smileys failed. And finally, even the White Rabbit, who led him into the ambush.
This wasn't the deal!
After this, Cash finally manages to escape from Cerberus and escapes the prison. Now Cash is on the run from Starkweather, who sends Ramirez out to capture him, which he does.
You think you're tough? Think you're tough? I'll rip your fucking head off! Don't you wanna play anymore? You like hide and seek?
You like hide and fucking seek? Well, we're coming for you, asshole.
What's the matter, little boy?
Ready or not.
It's our turn now.
Run! Run!
Cash is placed in a fenced-out yard outside the War Dog's apartment for the War Dogs to hunt him down. Cash kills him and enters the apartment building, killing all the War Dogs and Ramirez in the process. After killing Ramirez, Cash escapes the location by running through the door. While running away from the remaining War Dogs, Cash is picked up by the journalist, and he helps her by escorting the woman to her apartment in Central to gather evidence to bring down Starkweather.
Get in, you idiot! Get in!
Pull over! Pull over! Who are you?
I've seen your face before.
Get off of me! I'm a reporter! I was at your execution!
Keep talking.
I've been following Starkweather's operation for months.
Who's Starkweather?
The guy that's been talking you through this whole circus of death? Look, I've got all I need to expose that sick bastard, but he's definitely on to me now. So I have to get back to my apartment, collect my material, and get out of town before I become another one of Starkweather's extras.
You can bring him down? This Starkweather?
Absolutely. This is gonna make my career.
Okay, let's go.
Huh?
To your apartment. Drive!
Along the way, he kills multiple CCPD officers who have filled the area following orders from corrupt police chief Gary Schaefer to kill them both. He himself given his orders from the director.
We've lost him.
What? Are you fucking...
Oh, shut up and get some of your boys to take care of it. Don't file the arrest report. Don't kill him either. Send both to me.
Hey, remember who you're talking to, you son.
Listen, you fuck. It's your job to clean up this city's mess. That's what you get paid for.
Shit.
Okay, pull over here.
But it's another block or two to my apartment.
Just shut up and stick with me if you want to stay alive.
After collecting all the evidence the journalist needed, Cash instructs the journalist to get out of town.
Everything I need is in that box under the table.
Good. Take it and get out of town.
But you're not coming with me?
I'm going to deal with Starkweather personally. Thank him for my second chance. You're my backup if I don't make it. Have a nice life.
He decides to head to Starkweather's estate via the subway, making it all the way to the Stockyard train yard, where he is cornered by a SWAT team. However, a squad of Cerberus kill the SWAT and capture Cash for themselves.
Put your fucking hands up! Shoot that cop killer son of a bitch!
Cash is then locked up in a garage at Starkweather's palace, but manages to break free and kills the Cerberus, including the Cerberus leader, and makes his way up to Starkweather's office.
Big What was that? Go check it out. Maybe it is your day. Shit! What the fuck is that? Support! Repeat! Ascendant! Oh shit!
While Cash is heading to Starkweather's office, he is ambushed by Pigsy and must kill him. After killing Pigsy, Starkweather sends the last few members of Cerberus to take down Cash, but they are all swiftly killed. Once they are all dead, Cash successfully breaks into Starkweather's office. Shocked, Starkweather falls to the ground and quickly arms himself with a revolver, attempting to defend himself. But finally, Cash manages to kill him by slicing his stomach, exposing his guts, all the while begging for mercy. He then drives a chainsaw into his face, killing him.
Cash, I made you!
After this, the police soon show up on Starkweather's estate. They also discover the corpses of the Cerberus, Starkweather, and everyone else involved in the snuff film ring. But by this time, Cash has already made his run and he's nowhere to be found, beating Starkweather at his own game. After the events of Manhunt, Cash went into hiding, as he was supposed to be executed. When the journalist tells the psychiatrist that Cash is still alive, the psychiatrist reveals that no one has seen him since his execution, 2 weeks before the journalist was committed to a psychiatric hospital.
Then I spoke to him, to Cash.
Did you? But no one else saw Cash, or spoke to him.
So I'm a liar now. I'm a liar?
His whereabouts and current activity are completely unknown. This has been everything we know about the man James Earl Cash in Manhunt. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.